Hello everyone. Welcome to the video. Today we will be studying chapter 12 of class 9 maths. Okay. So the name of the chapter is Heron's formula. So Heron's formula, that means there is a formula to calculate the area of a triangle. That means whenever the word Heron's formula will come, that means it is related to triangle. Okay, now I think everybody knows what is triangle. In triangle there is three sides, there is three angles. Okay, and this point we call them as vertices. Okay, so now let us have some preview of area of a triangle. Now till now from the previous class we know that area of a triangle is given by a half into base into a height, but this is not the Heron's formula. Okay, this is not Heron's formula. Okay, Heron's formula will is little bit something different. Means this formula we have studied in previous classes. Okay, so now see how to calculate area of a triangle for this triangle. Okay, suppose a triangle is given. Now one side is 5 centimeter and one side is 12 centimeter, and it is given that this 5 centimeter side is perpendicular to the 12 centimeter side. Okay, and the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter. So this is a right angle triangle. Okay, so given for a right right angle triangle, here this is a right angle because we know right angle means 90 degrees. So here base is equal to how much? Base is equal to, this is the base is equal to 12 centimeter. Height is equal to how much centimeter? It is equal to, see, the other name of height is altitude. Okay, and altitude is always perpendicular to the base. Okay, so height or altitude is how much? It is 5 centimeter. So take a note, altitude or height is perpendicular to base. So what will be the area? Therefore area of triangle will be equal to half into base. What is base here? Base is 12. And what is height? Height means your altitude, so here it will come 5. Now see, here also centimeter and here also centimeter will come. That means 2 centimeter is there, so this will become centimeter square on the next line. Now this will become 12 into 5 by 2. Now we can cancel 12 by 2, that means it will become 6. So this will become 6 into 5 centimeter square. So this will be equal to 30 centimeter square. So that means for this triangle the area is how much? 30 centimeter square. So the area, so we have found out the area by using the method that we have studied earlier. So the what is the formula? Half into base into height. So this is the formula for right angle triangle. So there are many types of triangle. Okay, so we will go one by one. At first we will do equilateral triangle. Okay, so now let us proceed with an example. So before proceeding further, so let us try to understand what is the median of a triangle. Okay, now here I have written one notes here. A median of a triangle is a line segment that joins the vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side. Okay, now here coming that a median is a line segment. Now see here, this is a line. Okay, and this is a line segment. In line there is no ending point, there is no starting point. That means in the both side there is arrow, but in line segment there is no arrow on both the side, and if there is arrow in one side we call that as race. So we will be taking this one now. Okay, median will be like this, there will be no arrow on any end. Okay, so now see here they are saying that joins the vertex. Now what do you mean by vertex? Vertex means this A is also a vertex, this B is also a vertex, and this C is also a vertex. That means in a triangle there are three vertex. Okay, that joins the vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side. Now to understand it more clearly, now see here, let us take BC one side. Okay, now I am writing that D is the midpoint of BC. Okay, that means there will be a point in BC, that is D. So D is the midpoint of BC. That means if BC is 10 centimeter, then BD will be around how much? It will be also 5. This will be also 5 because D is the midpoint. D will lie in the middle. So here on the left hand side there will be 5 centimeter. On the right hand side there will be 5 centimeter. Okay. So a line segment that joins the vertex of a triangle to the opposite side. Now let us take the vertex A. Okay. So I am drawing a line segment from a vertex A to the midpoint of the opposite side. Now what will be the opposite side of A? Opposite side of the A will be BC. Yes or no? If this is A, the opposite side of vertex A will be BC. The opposite side of the vertex B will be AC. The opposite side of the vertex C will be AB. Now here what we have taken? We have taken the vertex A. So what will be the opposite of vertex A? It will be BC. So we will join vertex A with the midpoint of the opposite side. Okay, because here it is written that D is the midpoint of BC, and we know that a median of a triangle is a line segment that joins the vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side. So here AD is median. Okay, now I think you have understand it clearly. So to clearly understand, just uh, watch the video again. Okay, now again let us proceed further. Now see here, AD is a median, we know it. Now from B also we can draw a median. Okay, that means from vertex B will the line segment that joins the midpoint of AC, to B, that will be also a median. Again one more vertex is there. So if we draw a line segment from vertex C to the opposite side of vertex C, what will be the opposite sides? AB. So if we join the vertex C with the midpoint of AB, then that will be also a median. So in a triangle the number of median is 3, as there are 3 vertices, there are 3 vertex, there are 3 sides, so there will be 3 medians. Okay, so there are 3 medians, okay, in a triangle. Now again see here, so this will be also one median, this will be also one median. Now medians are inside the triangle or outside the triangle? So medians will be always inside the triangle. Okay, now there is one more time. Suppose from here we have drawn one median from B, it is BE. Again from C we have drawn one median, CF. So now AD is also a median, B is also a median, and CF also is a median. So the point inside the triangle at which the median meets is known as centroid. Okay, this point is known as centroid. So if someone asks you what do you mean by centroid, centroid is the point at which all the medians intersect with each other. Okay, I think you have got it clearly. So there are many properties. Now see, there will be more triangles. Some are equilateral triangle, some are so equilateral triangle means so there it is a type of triangle. Okay, in equilateral triangles all sides are equal. That means suppose 3 vertex I have drawn here, a triangle is so here AB is also a side, BC is also a side, AC is also a side in a triangle in which all the sides are equal. That means AB is equal to BC, it is equal to AC. That means if it is 6 centimeter, this will be also 6 centimeter, and this will be also 6 centimeter. Okay, so that type of triangle we call that as equilateral triangles. So one more property is there, in equilateral triangle all angles are also equal. That means if in equilateral triangle the angle is always equal to 60 degree, remember that. Okay, all the angles will be equal to 60 degree. That means if this is 60 degree, this will be also 60 degree, and this will be also 60 degrees. So in equilateral triangle all sides are equal and all angles are also equal, and the angle angles are is equal to 60 degree. Okay, now I think everybody knows that, because suppose angle A plus angle B plus angle C in a triangle, the sum of all the angles is always equal to 180 degree. Okay, remember that. Now what do you mean by isosceles triangle? uh, so in isosceles triangle only two sides are equal. Suppose at we have drawn one triangle PQR. Okay, now in isosceles triangle only two sides will be equal. That means PQ will be QR. It will be not equal to PR, or you can say that QR is equal to PR. That means only two side will be equal. Okay, one side will always be not equal to the other two sides. Okay, and only two angles are equal. That means if see here, if PQ and QR is same, that then what will be the opposite angle, opposite vertex of PQ? It will be R. So angle R will be equal to, what is the angle opposite to QR? The angle opposite to QR is angle P. So angle P will equal to angle R. So what do in isosceles triangle only two sides are equal and only two angles are equal. Okay, any two sides will be equal and any two angles will be equal, but only those two angles will be equal which are opposite to the equal vertices. That I will repeat it again. What will, so here PQ is equal to QR. Okay, so what is the opposite vertex of PQ? It is R. So angle R will come here. Okay, sorry, there was some disturbance. Okay, so the vertex opposite to PQ is R, so it will come here. And what is the vertex opposite to QR? P. So angle P, and if angle Q, if QR is equal to PQ, then angle R will be equal to angle P. Okay, and here also angle P plus angle PQ plus angle R will be equal to 180 degree. Okay, I think you have understood the isosceles triangle. So let us study the last last one, scalene triangle. Okay, so in scalene triangle all are unequal sides. That means here all the sides are non-equal. That means if xy is not equal to yz and it is not equal to xz, that means xy is also not equal to xz, yz is also not equal to xz, and xy is not equal to yz. And here angle x is not equal to angle y. Here it is not equal, means all the three angles are different. If this is 40, this will be 100 and this will be 60. Okay, like this means all are unequal, they will not be same. But here also angle x plus angle y plus angle z is equal to 180 degree. Okay, in all the triangles the sum of the three angles will be always equal to 180 degree. Okay, now see here, so in equilateral triangles all sides are equal, all angles are equal. Okay, in isosceles triangles only two sides are equal and only two angles are equal, and in the scalene triangle all are unequal sides and all are unequal angles. Okay, so in this video we have studied, just study the preview whatever we have studied about triangles in previous classes. In next class, in next period we will try to study about means before studying Heron's formula, we will again see some concepts that is required to study Heron's formula. Okay, so I think you all have understood or understand the you have understood the things whatever I have tried to teach you. Okay, so let us end here for today, for in this video. Okay, so I will be uploading again one next video, just watch that. Okay, thank you.